Hey guys, what's up? So first of all, thank you for being here. Maybe I should say what this is first. This is the Solo Soulscast, the podcast that is all about the Souls series, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, the whole gamut. And this is not episode 20, as I promised it was going to be last week. If you listened last week, I released 2 episodes, and I said I was going to get back on track with releasing 1 per week, which is what I did for episodes 2 through 17, basically. But that's not the case. This is episode 19.5. It's another one of my I don't know what I call them, quickies, or it's my God damn it. It's my in-betweener. I haven't found a great word to call it yet, but it's my 3rd in-between episode I've done. Yes, exactly. I don't think the mic picked you up. Would you like to repeat that?
Nope.
Alright guys, so I have come to a decision regarding the Solo Soulscast, and before you all get concerned, no, I'm not stopping it. Don't worry. It will live on. I am altering the schedule, at least for the time being. I found that currently, with the way things are in my life, I cannot do 1 episode per week. I have a 3.5-year-old daughter, and since she's been born, she's been a very, very bad sleeper. And that is absolutely right. That's a bad mute. Well, it was perfect timing. She's a bad sleeper. That's absolutely right. My daughter has been a very bad sleeper her entire life up to this point, and bedtime is usually a nightmare. And recently, the last month or so, it's been especially bad, where she will fight us to go to bed, and usually hasn't been going to bed till between 10 and 11:30 p.m. So this creates a number of conflicts. One being the podcast, one being just in general the time that my wife and I have together is getting drastically cut down and totally destroyed. Work schedules do play a part in that as well. It's not just my daughter. Although I like to blame everything on her, so I'll cut that one out. So, in regards to the Solo Soulscast, however, I used to typically record my audio on a Wednesday or Thursday night after my daughter went to bed, around 8:30, and then I would record my gameplay to be uploaded along with the podcast on YouTube, again, Wednesday or Thursday night after my daughter was in bed, and I used to have plenty of time for this. And now that my daughter doesn't go to bed until very late, I don't want to put her to bed at 11 or 11:30 and then start a podcast. That might take me an hour, because then it's going to be 12:30 when I finish, 12:15, maybe even later. And by then, it's late to do that in the first place, but it gives my wife and I 0 time together. And then if my wife and I want to have our time together first, there's no way I'm going to record an hour-long podcast at 1 or 2 in the morning. So the audio portion gets ruined. Ruined is a harsh word, but it gets, I guess, messed up. And then recording video, it's basically the same deal. I don't have the time to do it if my daughter goes to bed at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And this is an every night thing. And I work Saturday through Monday, so usually those nights aren't good because I'm just too tired at night to do that kind of stuff, and I just want to relax. So I've decided, because of this, at least for the immediate future, I'm going to release 1 episode every 2 weeks. So it would be bi-weekly. And that kind of sucks, but I think it gives me a little bit of an opportunity. I can fine-tune an episode, and I can maybe do things that I haven't been able to do in the past, like maybe talk about lore, talk about things that I need to do actual research for, since I have so much extra time. Well, time, relatively speaking, because it doesn't work out that way entirely, but I might be able to do episodes that are a little more substantial, not necessarily longer, but I can talk about things that I need to research for, and I don't have to worry about scrambling to put together an episode at the last second. Because ironically enough, my daughter actually went to bed at like 8:15 tonight, and I was thinking of maybe trying to record a normal episode tonight, but I didn't have anything planned or ready because again I didn't have the time. So I just decided I'm gonna release this little in between episode, and I'll release this I don't know, tonight or tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night, and then I'm gonna start my research on the episode I want to do next, which would be episode 20, and then release that next week as normal. Which let me look at my calendar real quick. If I released it on Friday like I usually do, it would be Friday, July 1st, and the following episode would then be released on Friday, July 15th, which would be which would be the Friday, 2 Fridays after that, and then the 29th and so forth. You understand, bi-weekly. So that's the tentative plan. I'm encouraged that my daughter went to bed at 8:15 tonight. I don't know if that's something that's going to continue happening, but at least for the next 1 or 2 episodes, expect them every other week. So I think that should be good for everybody. I'm sure many people are not that sad about this, and that's fine. I have an idea for what I want to do for episode 20, and that's the other thing that sucks. This is going to be big episode 20, a big hoopla, because the big 2-0. But I'll have to wait a little bit. But I have an idea, and I'm going to pause this to wait for pizza. Yeah, so I am thinking of, and I'm not going to say that it's going to be episode 20, because I find that I'm very bad at sticking to the things that I say I'm going to do for this podcast. But look for episode 20, and if not 20, then absolutely episode 21. I got some ideas. I'd like to do an episode about dragons. I realized there's quite a few dragons throughout the series, except for Bloodborne, which I will take a quick look, but I don't believe there are any. But Demon Souls through Dark Souls 3, dragons enter pretty heavily into the equation. All those games have dragon bosses. Most of them have enemy dragons. Dragons, again, factor into the lore pretty heavily, especially Dark Souls 1, which probably factors into the lore the most. So that's something I need to do some research for, and I have a little extra time, so I'm going to do that. And I'm hoping to have that done for next week for episode 20 proper. But if not, look for it very soon at any rate. I'm thinking of doing more episodes about the Platinum Trophies. I'm currently still playing Dark Souls 3. I'm like halfway through New Game Plus. I just beat Aldrich this morning. I'm still farming Covenant items. So once I finish that, finish the Platinum Trophy, I'll do a post on that. Not a post. A podcast on that. I still need to do a podcast about the Demon Souls Platinum Trophy and the Bloodborne and the Dark Souls 2. So I got a lot of Platinum ones I want to do. I'm going to space those out so it's not like one after another, because that will get kind of boring. I want to do a lot of stuff with bosses, specifically how Demon Souls bosses evolved into the current bosses we see in the later games. I think you can draw lines directly from Demon Souls bosses to even bosses that are in Dark Souls 3 now. And that includes, well actually no, never mind, that doesn't include Bloodborne. I don't think there's really any sort of correlation there. So those are some ideas I have kicking around, and I'd like to do those. But again, some of those will take more than 20 minutes of just writing down some notes. So I think that's basically all I have. That's the plan. Look for episode 20 next Friday. I'm going to set a date for it. I already said that date, but I forgot, so let's look again. Look for that episode 20 to be released on July 1st, which is next Friday, because today is June 24th. Next week is already the last week of June. I cannot believe it. So July 1st, look for episode 20. In the meantime, go to my YouTube, VG Bosses 24/7. I'm still uploading original Dark Souls bosses. I've started a new series of sorts, which I had called Random Shit, and I changed the name to video game silliness, because I found lots of videos on YouTube titled random shit, and that was just kind of boring. So I have a couple videos up now under my video game silliness moniker. The first one is my wife and I playing the Resident Evil 7 demo, Resident Evil Beginning Hours, that came out like 2 weeks ago now, or 3 weeks ago. We play that. And then we just did one last week where we played through the PT demo again, and I uploaded that as well. And the plan is just to play 30-40 minutes of any random games with commentary and just upload them. Not like a full let's play of like 50 episodes of one game, but just a little slice, just to get other content up on YouTube, because it's fun to do. And I think that's it. So stay tuned, and thanks for listening and watching. Hopefully you still are. And I'll catch you all on the flip side. It's time to eat some pizza.